good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for joining me live this afternoon, if you're joining me live. My name's Jenny McCormack and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in the UK. If you are joining me live, you'll see a little red live rectangle on the top left hand side of your screen or on your phone, and you're absolutely welcome to comment or ask any questions. If you're not live and you're watching on replay or on YouTube, then feel free to ask any questions and I will check those later and obviously get back to you if there's any questions that need a response. I'm looking at this absolutely bizarre weather we have this afternoon. Hi Jeanette and hi Lynn. And it's currently rather vicious snow coming at an angle, almost flat on rather than coming down from the sky. And we've had beautiful sunshine. I was out there with the dog this afternoon in the lovely sunshine, and then alternate really nasty snow showers. Hi Carol G. So thanks for joining us. I'm just going to try add these two lights as it's going a little bit dark, and I might not spot if it goes too dark. Let me bring these out of the light. So we are continuing on with the retiring product list, and today I thought I would use probably one of my many favourite sets that is retiring, and this is called Bloom and Grow. And as you can see, it's a floral set and it consists of 13 stamps. It is a photopolymer stamp set, and it also has some dies that go with it. And I have got these here to show you. So these elements obviously cut out the flower blooms here and the leaves and the like, and then we've got two edges here that create a pretty little scallop edge that you can use, and then this one that cuts out three little flowers as well, three separate flowers that you can attach. So a really nice set. The Bloom and Grow stamp set itself was £24 and is now £14.40, so sort of £9.60 reduction on that. But the dies are now only £7.75. Now personally, the dies are not a lot of good on their own, because they're designed in the main, with the exception of the three little flowers and these borders, they are designed to cut these out. So you couldn't really, I couldn't really see a use for those without the stamp set. So the two of them you can get, instead of £24, you can buy both together at £22.15. Obviously, if you're local to me, you don't pay postage on top of that if I put it in with an order that I'm placing. But if you wanted to have it delivered to you, I can just add on postage at cost, or you can order it online. So those are the two different items, and what you would want to do is order them as separate items, not as the bundle. Because obviously you want the individual prices. So I am going to leave that here, and I've used Bloom and Grow for coffee and card. I don't think I used it for any classes though, but it would have been a good choice. So I'm just going to start with a simple card. I'm going to do some stamping and some colouring in. And then depending on time, I'll do some stamping and a little bit of quick die cutting. So what I'm thinking is, this is sized for a note card and envelope. So I'm just going to have a look and see. So either for a note card and envelope, I'm going to have one with a sentiment underneath, and in fact this could go either way, couldn't it? Like so. Or I could use a smaller one, this one here. Oh, it's because I just wiped those down. I could put one on either side, so one up there and then stamp it again underneath. So I think I might do that. The state of that. Hey ho. Ooh, yeah, let's do that with the two of those, and then I might stamp a larger one for the die cuts. Hi Christine, I spotted your message just in the corner of my eye, so I'll reply to that in person. So let us grab a block. Don't really want one quite as big as that. It's a bit too big for that one. Let me try this one at an angle. I think this will be better. Yeah. So if your stamp doesn't fit on the block, you know, in line, then do think about putting it on the diagonal like that, and then you'll get a little bit more of a chance, because I don't like to have too big a block to work with. So let me grab, of course, that colour, Early Espresso. Just going to use the back of this piece. I don't know if this is stamp set you've got. Thanks Christine. Carol G, I don't know if you've got this one. So just inking that up. Just going to try it on my sheet here. Now because this is photopolymer, I might just add a mat to go underneath. So it stamps really nicely anyway, but let's give ourselves every opportunity. So inking this up, remember, keep one of the things on the table, either the stamp or the ink pad. I'm going to pop this up here, press it down. So Christine, what and Carol, what sort of weather have you both had? Yes, good girl Christine. Yes, definitely you want, where there's anything on offer, it's always best to order them individually. Right, just going to turn this one round. So I'm going to make sure I've got that the different way around, which I have. Like so. Just love this stamp set. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put a sentiment in the middle. So this would work, you know, anyway really. I'm going to have it that way, and I do like the sentiment that comes with this, which is, you're simply wonderful. Forever starts today. Hello. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and let's celebrate you. Now these images are only at 70% because it's quite a big stamp set, so just be aware of that. So let me see. Thank you from the bottom of my heart will just fit in, or I could have just a little hello. Oops, and a cat hair. Hello looks a little bit small, so let's have thank you from the bottom of my heart. snow. Oh, bless you, Carol. It's been snowing. Well, it's, would you believe, it's now brilliant sunshine and a snow shower. So who knows what's going on. Okay, so I'm just going to ink this up. Like so. Just going to see which way around it's going to fit. I think that will work. There we go. Pretty. And then I'm just going to colour this in. Oh, you don't want snow? Oh, I thought you wanted snow. When you was going, no, no snow, I thought maybe you wanted some. So that's okay then, Carol. And how's Belle getting on? I saw your lovely post at the weekend. 3 weeks now since she had her operation, and she's doing so well. It's amazing. So well done you. Let's see, what colours shall we have today? Oh, John wants snow. Oh, let's see then, girls. I think I'm looking forward to the in colours coming, I have to say. But I think I'm going to go what? Purple Posy and Highland Heather, I think. And a little bit of Old Olive. Maybe. Let's have a look and see. So I'm going to leave it on here for the purposes of colouring. Hopefully you can see that okay. A bit bossy. Ooh. Yes, it is a bit like that cold pool weather, isn't it, for cats? Just going to use dark Old Olive in the detail of those leaves, and I'm going to do this fairly quickly. But if you love colouring in, Bloom and Grow is a great stamp set. You can obviously watercolour it, no trouble at all, and you could heat emboss it onto some coloured card as well. So if you're not into a lot of colouring in, then there's other ways of doing that. Let's put that one back. I'm very pleased to have my blends pens right next to my desk now. There we go. So just quickly colouring those in. So I have ordered all the new catalogues, but they'll take a little while to get here because obviously we've had Easter holidays. There we go. So now it's no sun and no snow. I feel sorry for the gardeners over the weekend, for those people that went to the garden centre and stocked up, and then we've had minus temperatures, haven't we? Actually, quite tempted to do this in Poppy Parade. Who chose Poppy Parade for us the other day? Someone did, and it was really nice. So I'm just going to put these back. Dark Purple Posy, light Purple Posy. So sorry, having a sudden change. Poppy Parade, light and dark. So I'm just going to use the dark one first. So this is already black in the centre, or well, technically early espresso, but it does actually look black here. So I'm just going to do that in the centre and then just a few lines around the petal edges in the dark, like so. Same with this one. So I have to say these lighter evenings are suiting me down to the ground. So much nicer to have a longer day. Although I do find that 5 o'clock comes around really quickly, because before I used to know, oh well, it won't be, it's not 5 o'clock, it's not dark yet. Okay, there we go. Hello, Carol W. Thanks for joining us in between patients. There we go. So just adding this in. So this is Poppy Parade. Nice bright red. Not quite as deep as our real red. Voila. There we go. Like so. Oh, I've got that middle bit there, look. So the other Carol works in a nursing practice. So Carol W is watching us in between seeing patients, and Carol G is cooking and watching. What's on the menu today, Carol, I wonder? Hope it's something, oh, I'm sure it's something nice. Okay, just going to put a tiny bit of red for those little berries, like so. Like that. And I think actually I'm going to make these all poppy. I was going to do these yellow, but I think I'm just going to do them all red. Just to save some time as much as anything. So just going over those with the blend pen. I'm not doing a great deal of detail work on these, as you can see. I can go back and add the detail later. So I wonder how many of you use our blends pens or another alcohol. Wonder what that is. There is a petal, isn't it? Yeah, so do let me know if you use alcohol markers generally, whether it's Stampin' Up or any of the other ones. I have to say I love them. Like many things, it's a bit of a learning curve, but there's so many good tutorials about blending and everything. And if you just look up alcohol markers, then you'll get a whole selection of them. Let me see if I can use the other end of this. Just using that for the main bit, and then I'll use the fine tip for the ends. There we go. Marker pens or watercolour pencils? Yeah, or the stamp pad. That's fair enough, isn't it? Good choice. Oh, there's a leaf I missed there. There we go. There we have it. So I've got some leaves to fill in there and an odd leaf I've missed. We'll just go over these lines here. Just blend those in a little bit more. And I can add some detail to these other flowers afterwards as well. Alright, a light old olive. There we go, and then this little one here. There we are. And this sort of small card design is perfect for using with our note cards, but also using a glimmer pen on the flowers themselves if you wanted to. So we have our Wink of Stella. Always give it a good shake to make sure that the mica powder and everything is all mixed up, and then just squeeze the barrel, but don't do this over your project. Just squeeze the barrel until you get some flowing down into the brush. This is nearly empty because I can hear it, but you can then just brush this on. It works really well. So I appreciate you may not be able to see much of that on here, or maybe you can just in the light. If you look at that top set of flowers compared to the bottom. So there we go, just running that over. When you open a Wink of Stella for the first time, it will have a little black ring here. So what you want to do is take that top off and take the ring out. And then once you've done that, it will flow properly, because it's got that in to stop it leaking before it's ready. So there we go, really quick base card. So all I'm going to do is layer that onto a note card and envelope, and a Poppy Parade layer in between. Let me just move that out of the way. Fold this one over. So all of our retiring items are only available while stocks last. So I know some of the items have gone out of stock already. So you can, leave it as long as you like, but the longer you leave it, the more risk you will have, obviously, of items going out of stock. So that's going to hop on there on a layer. Let me just grab some Poppy Parade. Quickly. So I've got some in my assortment of reds. It'll be everything but real red and cherry cobbler. Look at that. Ooh. No, not a poppy parade in sight. There's one. That's not a lot of good to me, is it? So let me just cut one up. Ready for that. There we go. So this is going to be 3 1/4. Right, 4 3/4. Yeah, poppy it's a nice red, isn't it? This, a nice red. There we go. So that is going to pop onto there, just with some nice easy tape. So the ladies that are waiting for my class in a box, I am waiting on some components. So whilst I have the majority of items, I don't have everything. And I would much rather get everything out to you in one go than in dribs and drabs. Now our class was forecast for Saturday this week, but I may, that's the 10th, but I may move that to next week to give me time to get everything out. So I am sending an email to those of you that I've subscribed to Class in a Box for this month. Okay, I think we need a little bit of bling on there. Anybody else agree? Hello, Verity. Nice to have you back. Hope you enjoyed your extra day off this week, last week. So I'm just going to use our red rhinestone basic jewels. It's a little bit of a mouthful, isn't it? These are all the same size, and although it's real red and not Poppy Parade, it's close enough. Oh good, I'm glad about that. So let's put one in there. So there we are, really quick and easy card. Time taken really just to colour it in, not that I've coloured it in great detail. I've just used a single colour Poppy Parade light and dark, and Old Olive Blends pen in light and dark. So let's do one with some die cutting. I do just need to put this on my envelope though, across that corner. It's snowing again with you, Lynn, is it? Ours has stopped now. Not quite sure which direction it's coming from. Thank you, Lynn. You can see why this is right up my street. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Because I can, I'm going to put one on the back of the envelope as well. Like so. And I'm just going to put one inside, but I'm not going to colour the inside because I don't want the blends pen to go through. So I'm just going to put that across that edge. Yeah, Poppy Parade it's a really bright red, but it's I don't know, there's something about, I don't know what it is, what combination it is, but it's just a really nice red, and I love poppies anyway. So there we go, that is card number 1. So that's that one. There we go. And then I'm going to do one with some die cuts, just so you can see the dies in use. Let me pop this back for anybody who's joined us after the start. Let's find my... Got a bit of reusable tape here, which is handy because you can stick it down and then peel it off again. Perfect for die cutting too. So let's do some die cutting. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this large one here. Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? So Molly was telling us last week when it was her wedding anniversary. Sadly, her husband's no longer with us. But when they got married, there was a freak snowstorm the day before. I don't know if it was the day of the wedding. I'm sure she said it was. Okay. Just about on there. Actually, I'm going to be sensible. Put it on a larger block, because you don't want to stamp it and then find you've missed a tiny little bit and have to do it all over again. So let me just grab some white. I've got some thin basic white here, and what I might do, I'm tempted to stamp this onto dark navy and white heat emboss it. Oh, Christy's got heavy hail. Oh my goodness. So let me find embossing buddy and some white embossing powder. I'm actually going to use Misty Moonlight rather than Night of Navy. It's just a little bit softer. And grab my heat gun. Okay, so what I'm going to do is stamp 2 of these onto here and use the white embossing powder and heat set them. So, embossing buddy first. Let me just cut this piece down as well. Bouncing off the windows, oh my goodness. Thank you, Jeanette. There we have it. Alright, so embossing buddy over that. Yeah, Misty Moonlight is just that little bit softer, isn't it? Oh, I do need an ink pad though. I definitely need an ink pad. So I've got, oh, on the floor, a Versamark ink pad. Let me try another one. Really want any extra hairs carried over. Okay, so I'm using Versamark ink onto the stamp. Like so. I'm going to put one here. Like so. And actually should use the matte underneath it really. Oh, I'm very impressed, Christine. There we go. Yes, kind of dusky blue. That's a good description. Right, do another one of those. Like so. Voila. Let's see if that's got enough ink on it. I think I'll be alright. So, picking up my white embossing powder with a very old spoon that comes with children's medicine. There we go, is that one? And this one here. Yep, I think that will work nicely. There we are, so I can see a little bit here. Don't know if I've missed it. Yes, I had. Okay. Oh yes, washed blue jeans, definitely. Alright, just going to flick that. Okay, so this is white embossing powder. I'm just going to heat up my heat gun. Before I move it to the paper. Oh, ice cream spoons. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes. Okay, so I'm just heating this from the top, moving the heat gun along as it changes and melts the powder. So, and same with this one. Hopefully you can see that changing. So it should all be glossy and all the same colour, and then you know that it's been done all the way through. It's all coming out now, girls. Right, so I'm going to die cut this. Let me grab the dies and let's get the right one. There it is. So I'm going to pop this one like so, and I'm going to use my magic tape. Just going to cut 2 pieces off. It will tear, but I'm just going to cut it. Like so. So just take a minute or two. I'm just going to bring this down, sorry. A minute or two to line this up. So I'm just going to put this one on there. Oops. And this one here. Okay, and I'm just going to pop this through the machine. I'm going to cut this down slightly so I'm not putting through excess card. Forgive for my large scissors and I can't see them. Oh, enjoy, Carol G. Enjoy your meal. There we go. Oops, that's popped up. Like so. Okay, so talk amongst yourselves for 1 minute, just while I cut these two out. So here is one. Let's pop that out. Isn't that pretty? Do the same with this one. So you can see you can just lift this off and it doesn't tear the card. So do the same here. I'm looking at the berries basically for positioning that. I need my plate. There we have it. So take those off and reuse those. Two. Okay, so now we've got two of those. So what shall we do with those? So I'm thinking we could either have a die cut piece underneath, so I'm thinking white, let's just cut this down. Thank you, Christine, for your kind words. Right, just going to cut this down to a layer and have a look, see what it looks like. So I'm cutting this down to 13.85 by 9.5. That just feels way too big. Way too big. So let me just see. This is the size of the note card. No. Okay, so what I want is a smaller die that I can use this to go around, basically. So let me have a look and see what I've got. See if I've got anything in here that I could use. Oh, some gold, that's not helpful. Okay, I've got this one here. Oh, stitched rectangles, yeah, that's a good idea. Or I've got this one. Let me just see. Here's a stitched rectangle because that would work as well. I know it's the wrong colour, but that would also work. Thank you, Verity. So let us see. put another layer behind that. No, sadly, well, not that I'm aware of as yet. Is that too... I'm thinking of a small blue layer behind it and then the whole thing on a white layer. What do we think? Is that too fiddly? Should I go for a white stitched rectangle? That should be quite nice. Ooh, yes. Okay. So those fit right onto the edge of that. It could be too deep, I think. Let us see. Just going to measure this. Sorry, ladies. Let's see if this whole thing will fit. So I'm sorry if I'm just out of your view. Yes, just a little bit too wide. So, stitched rectangles, or stitch so sweetly. Yes, too many choices for sure. I'm also thinking this would work like so and so, because that makes it just a little bit wider. So how about that? Let's try it. So this is the stitched nesting rectangles, which are in fact staying. So thank you, girls. Voila. Okay, so that was the largest of the rectangles. So that one on there. Yeah, I think so, Verity, unless I've got that completely wrong. Let me double check now. Now you've got me worried that I've got that wrong. Which is, you know, quite possible. Stitch so sweetly. Oh, you might be right. Thank you. I haven't got my catalogue here. I've lent it to a customer with all the links, with all the writing on it. You're dead right. So stitched rectangles is staying, but not the nested rectangles. Thank you. Well, there you go. Learn something new every day. I want to look it up in my list now. see them in the new catalogue. Just double check. Right, okay, so sentiment in the middle, and I really want to emboss this, but maybe what I will do is I'm not going to emboss it. I will stamp this over the back. So let's just score this so I can see where I need to stamp. So this will be my base card, although I could make it a layer actually and then put it on white. That's what I'm going to do. I've been very brave, haven't I? Very brave indeed. Right, I'm going to stamp this one in Misty Moonlight. Tone on tone. You've got it. So customers get their new annual catalogue just depending on when the demonstrators send them out. So some will send them out straight away. So I'll let you know when mine are going out. If you received one in the meantime, let me know, Christine. Oh, this is such a pretty stamp for a background, isn't it? Wish I'd made a card like that now. Look at that. What am I like? So if you've got Bloom and Grow, there's some more ideas for you. Oh, and Jenny sends them out when? When I've got them, for starters. And usually I tie that into class in a box or something if I can. But I don't know whether I'll have them in time for this class in a box or not. Okay, right, that's that one. Let us add a sentiment in here, and I'm going to stamp it before I attach these in case I need to rehash that. And I'm thinking a nice sentiment in the middle. You're simply wonderful would work nicely, or forever starts today. I always think that's rather more like a wedding sentiment, doesn't it? So you're simply wonderful, right across the middle. Now I've seen that, I'm going to use that scrap piece to make another card like that. Look. It's funny, isn't it? Sometimes when you're crafting, it just all eventually comes together, and other times it doesn't. Whoops, simple as that. So you're simply wonderful. All of you ladies are simply wonderful. Oh, thank you, Christine. Okay. Just adding this in. Oh, the dog's come in to join us. Okay. Right in the... What have you got? Okay, right in the centre of there. heard it here first. Bless you. There we go. You're simply wonderful. You can't beat blue and white, can you? So that's my sort of plan. So I think what I'm going to do is pop this on here first and then add those pieces and pop that onto my white card first. Whoops. So here's a white, here's one I prepared almost earlier. I think blue and white is very classic and smart, if anybody else agrees with me on that. Okay, here we go. Just want to run a bone fold run away. So sorry, this is a bit longer than my normal live at 5. It's got a bit of an edge to it. Just going to take, I obviously need to just do my blade, just take an emery board or something, take that edge off. Okay, this is opening up the right way. So I'm going to place this on here. This one is going to go on with dimensionals, and then I'm going to lay the other ones on top of that. Okay, just see if this is a better position. It shouldn't be because it's similar, but that's the way I'm going to do it. So there we go. So the stitched nested rectangles are going. You can commit, but you know that, you know, you're always welcome to change, demonstrator. I'm absolutely delighted to have you as my customer, Christine, but don't ever feel that having made that commitment, you are bound to it, certainly from my point of view anyway. So let us pop this on with some dimensionals. So I wonder if Carol W is still watching or whether she's wrapping up for the day yet. Okay, here we go. Some odds and ends on there. Why not? Or the birth of a baby. Oh. Forever starts today. Yes, I guess you could, couldn't you? I guess you could. Never thought of that. I like the Let's Celebrate You as well. That's great for, I mean, that could be anniversaries, could be team members, it could be friends, all sorts. Right, there we go. Okay, so centering that just by eye, hopefully. And then going to add these. So all I'm looking at is where these are going to fit against my stamped sentiment. Oh yes, buying adopting a pet is rather good, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm just going to use some wet glue along this bottom edge, or top edge in this case, this bottom edge in this case. Let's get this to come to life. So just along here. Like so. Because I can add a dimension or two underneath if I need to. Okay, and then this one here. Obviously you could have that the same way as well, but I'm going to do that. So it's facing the other one. Like so. There we are. Now the question is, do I put misty moonlight dots in, or do I add white dots on the misty moonlight background? Change the O to a U. Now I'm confused. Sorry, Christine, you'll have to explain. Okay, so what do you think in terms of decorating that with my bling? So I may have some white ones or pearls. Oh, I'll tell you what I have got. Seaside spray. I've got the blue. I've got plain gems. Those are the white ones on here. Or opal rounds. I don't know what I've done with my little in colours. I had them the other day. I've even got those little flowers from somewhere. One of the kits. I know where the other ones are. Oh, Forever at Home. Oh, thank you. Thank you for explaining. Bit slow on the uptake, wasn't I? Okay. So that's the misty moonlight, you see. So, what was the verdict? We've got pearls, white dots, white dots. Let's have a look. These are the smaller white. One, two, three. Like so. Concentrating what you're doing. Well, sort of. Okay, I think we are there. Let me stick this back on here. Voila. I feel like I want to put something on there as well. Am I going a bit over the top? some gems. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now I'm done. Except I am going to make this last cut up. Do you want to watch while I do that, or shall I amuse myself and do that on my own? It's up to you. I'm basically going to stamp this background on here. So if you've had enough and you want to go, that is absolutely fine. Absolutely. So yes, if you do want to go, that is absolutely fine. But if not, you're welcome to stay just while I finish this one off. Okay, well, as long as I've got one person watching, that's good enough for me. And this will be on replay for the others anyway. So just because I like that tone on tone of Misty Moonlight and those stamps, I'm going to recreate that on here. So thank you everybody for joining me, and for those that are able to watch on replay. Oops, I don't always get to obviously see who's on replay unless you either do hashtag replay or comment, especially on YouTube. So it's always lovely to have people join. So I'm just going to do this at different angles on here, and then just put a simple die cut. Oh, excellent! Thank you, ladies. So I have a so we have a business builders meeting in our team every Tuesday evening, and so my son, I always get my son a pizza to cook so he can cook as and when he's ready, and then I usually have had something either earlier or sometimes later. I have been known to actually be eating during part of our meeting if I've run out of time. Okay, let's pop this one across here. Now there are some little flowers in this set, so with any little gaps you could fill those in. I know, Christine, so frustrating, isn't it? Oh, hello Cassie. So tone on tone stamping, or stamping with Versamark, always gives such a fab background, even if you miss the odd, you know, if you miss the odd bit, it really doesn't matter. I think it's one of those techniques that should be taught to stampers really early. Yeah, I'm not a massive pizza fan, funnily enough. I used to, but now I could take it or leave it, I have to say. Right, let me find the stamp set in all of this, because we do have these little items here that we can use, and these tiny dinky little flowers which would also work. They'll be a bit big for what I need, however, because I forget that they're much bigger than they look on the front. So this is definitely a good choice to order, Christine. I just don't want to overdo it, so I'm just going to use that one in the corner. There we go. But you could make a card out of all these tiny little stamps, to be honest, as well. There we go. Yeah, it is a great beginner's class. You're absolutely right, Verity. It is indeed. Okay, so now this can go any which way I want it to go, and I'm just going to use a straightforward die cut. I'm scouring my desk for my white die cuts. Here they are. So move that over. Or I could use the matching ovals, couldn't I? See what backings I've got, just to save die cutting anything else really. Let's make it nice and quick. What have I got? Gold or silver is really what I'm looking for. Copper. It'll be everything except what I need, won't it? You can guarantee that. Crumb cake looks rather nice, doesn't it? Could put it onto a crumb cake base. Oh, I've got lots of that one. So let me see if I've got a smaller one of those in my clear pot. So I have two pots. One has got the coloured ones and one has got my white ones. Of course, you can guarantee I won't have the right combination. Maybe. Right. Oh, I'm fighting a losing battle here. Okay, there's an option. Too small. Of course, in all this time I could have just die cut what I wanted. Sorry, everybody. That's a bit too. See, I should have stopped before I finished this one. I'd have been okay, wouldn't I? Let's have a look at the oval punch. Yes, there's something about tone on tone, isn't there? And I don't really know why. everybody. I will get there eventually. So let's try the hello on here. Everything's getting stacked up either side, which is slightly dangerous because it's probably all going to come hurtling down in a minute. Okay. Misty Moonlight ink. Who can see it on my desk? Come on. I know it's right in front of me, girls. There it is. Okay. So I'll get a hello in this oval here. Like so. And then maybe a silver layer behind it. Well, that's champagne. It might have to be champagne. I'm struggling to find silver. Okay, let's put that across the corner there. Like so. And then onto a white card. Well, yes. It's sort of silver. Let's see. Here it's silver. And then I might layer that on some silver. Maybe. Okay, that looks better. Definite improvement. So I'm going to layer this onto silver, onto white. And we're done. So I'm just going to cut this down by 1/2 centimetre. Nine and a half by 13.85. Layering that onto a piece of silver. Which will be 10 by 14.35. So that one onto there and then onto white. Okay. While I'm here, I'm just going to punch out some ovals just so I can put those in my stash like that. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh, and my cool and trendy mum. Bless him. That's a lovely thing for a young boy to say, isn't it? They're so desperate to be cool and trendy, aren't they? Okay. There we are. Onto silver. And onto white. And we're done. Goodness me, look at the time. 6:30. How did that ever happen? So I'm just going to do this as a landscape card. Score that at 14.85. And then I think I can put that stamp design on the inside. There we go. There we have it. Make sure that's opening in the right direction. Although this is not as critical, because you could turn it around quite easily. You could also add some silver ribbon if you wanted to that. You could make this sit that way if you wanted. And I'm going to just do that. Very straightforward. I'm looking for my dimensionals. I've obviously buried. Some more. Let's use up these odd ones. 1 and 2. 2 and a bonus cat hair. Just think of all these extras you get with me. Cat hair included. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this across those flowers like so. Pop that on there. Just going to put this one flat as the other one is on dimensionals. Doesn't look very straight, does it? There we go. Put something on that and we're done. So I just want, that's what I'm after. I'm just going to put some of these on. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed what I've had to show you. All of these items were in stock at the time of doing the live. I can't guarantee how long these items will be available for. So if you do want anything, just give me a shout. Let's have one more on there. There. That's it. all done. Oh, you've got, oh, more snow. So we've got no snow at the moment. So 3 cards all from the same retiring set. Got this one here with the blends pens and Poppy Parade. We've got this one here with the die cuts and white heat embossing. And then finally a straightforward background stamping with the same colour, and adding the punched out shapes. And I will use the same stamp set on the inside of those two as well. So I'll just finish those off. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. As I said before, I will be back tomorrow, Wednesday. Well, I'm assuming it's probably the 7th at 10 AM. So, oh, hi, Catherine. Oh, that's very kind of you, Catherine. Perfect, says Christine. Bless you, Christine. So there we go. Those are my 3 cards from today. Wasn't intending to make 3. It's just the way it goes, isn't it, sometimes? So this is what we used. The Bloom and Grow set. So the stamps themselves were 24. And now you can get the stamps and the dies for £22.15. Or individually you can buy the stamps at £14.40 and the dies at £7.75. So if you've already got the stamps, you could just add the dies. That would be quite a good way to do it, but I wouldn't recommend buying the dies on their own because they are very much designed to go with the stamp set. Okay, so I'll just finish these 2 off, but in the meantime, thanks for stopping by today. Do comment or leave a message if you're watching on replay, especially if you have any questions. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a lovely evening, afternoon, morning, or wherever you might be. Thank you for joining me. I will be back tomorrow, 10 AM UK time. So that is British summertime, GMT plus 1 hour. Thanks everybody. Take care. Look after yourselves, your loved ones, and keep crafting. Thank you. Bye for now.